Those are called two-part harmonies, Jake. Okay?
I mean, I know this because you and I do it all the time.
All the time. Okay, in addition to honoring the best movies and performances, the Oscars also full of lots of cool moments that people are talking about this morning, including our very own Jake Hamilton, who is with us now with some of the top trending moments from the big show.
That was so great, and props to the director of the Oscars. They took a shot during that where Cynthia Erivo was singing and Ariana was in the background just watching her, and it was such a great, genuine moment. So the show kicked off with a really beautiful tribute to the legacy of The Wizard of Oz, culminating in a pretty incredible live performance of Wicked's Defying Gravity from both Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande, a tribute that made a lot of sense considering Wicked was nominated for 10 Academy Awards. A tribute that made less sense involved a certain spy franchise that was just sold to Amazon. In a show that went on way too long, the first segment the Oscars could have cut was this nearly 10-minute long tribute to James Bond. Look, I love 007, but not only did it feature some pretty blah musical renditions of iconic Bond songs, it also just didn't make a lot of sense. Why were we paying tribute to James Bond? It wasn't a big anniversary. There was no Bond movie released last year. Was it because the franchise control was just bought by Amazon? If that's the case, this overly long segment felt more like an in memoriam than a tribute.
Like everyone who's ever shared a scene with him, I learned he was a generous performer and a man whose gifts elevated everyone's work.
Speaking of the in memoriam segment, Morgan Freeman paid tribute to his Unforgiven co-star and longtime friend Gene Hackman, who died last week. The in memoriam segment began with and ended with a tribute to Hackman. One bit of controversy, as there always is. A few notable celebrities were left out of this segment, including Michelle Trachtenberg, who just died last week.
What if I told you there's another way to stream movies in a building that's dedicated to streaming movies? Welcome to Cinema Streams. We took 800 smartphones, glued them all together, and made one giant smartphone.
How do you hold it?
You don't. The building holds it.
One of the biggest themes of last night's Oscars, the value of seeing movies on the big screen. In fact, Conan put together a really fun sketch about teaching younger generations about his new invention. Instead of watching a movie on your phone, what if, now stay with me, you watched them in a building? It was a very funny but also very true reminder of how much better movies are when you see them on the big screen.
What are you doing right now?
I'm asking you what you're wearing.
Nobody even thought about what I was wearing till you brought it up!
And finally, a lot of people watch the Oscars for the fashion, right? The beautiful dresses and the gorgeous tuxes. But one thing actor Adam Sandler is not going to do is dress up for an occasion. Conan called him out in what was a really funny sketch, and that's all to say coming up in the next hour of Good Day Chicago. Anita Blanton will be breaking down the best and worst fashion choices for those who did dress up for Hollywood's biggest night. That is one of the things I love most about Adam, is that now I will say he did put on a tux for SNL 50 because I think it was a black tie.
He owns a tux.
Yeah, apparently he had to put it on. But, and then coming up in the next hour, we're also going to break down some of Conan's best jokes.
Cannot wait to see it.
Thanks,
I
brother.
missed it, so I got to rely on Jake.
Look, it's us. It's us singing.
Oh, yeah, our two-part harmony. We're back with this.